Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
Ooh, what's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday. I almost said November. What the fuck? September 30th, 2024. And this is episode number 847. 847 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Hey, hello. Hi. How are you? It was touch and go for a second, folks. I don't know why I do this to myself. I volunteered to do a podcast today. Somebody asked me to do it. And you know me, I don't like to tell people no. Part of me is a people pleaser. And so when people ask me to do things, I say yes. When people ask me to participate, I want to help them and make them happy. And so I agree to do it. And before, the problem was I should have asked, well, where is it? Because had I known that it was in the Galleria and that we would be recording well into the noon hours. But you know what? I had a good time. I'll let you know when it drops. It was what is it called? Oh, they gave me a cool bottle opener. It's called, hold on, I gotta get the name of it again. Sippin' and, hold on, shit. Shit, what's it called? Smoking and Toasting podcast. Yeah, the Smoking and Toasting podcast. They do a podcast on cigars and craft beer and spirits. Smoking and Toasting podcast. I met them through somebody that I met through Christopher Hart, somebody that's associated with the Houston Whiskey Festival. Houston Whiskey, yeah, I guess it's Houston Whiskey, whatever. Anyways, yeah, so long story short, they asked me to do it. I said yes. It was way down in the Galleria. That just threw off the whole fucking day. Show prep was way behind, and I don't know why I do this to myself on a Monday. I know there's going to be 8,000 things I have to get done for a show on a Monday. Already I'm going to be late enough as it is. Anyways, we're here and we're doing it. So let's do it. Screw it. I don't know why I'm rapping. All right. All right. We got tons to get to. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of sports this weekend. What up, Houdini? Holy shit. We have a Houdini sighting. Hey, Lisa! Good to see you, sweetheart. You know what? I saw your reply, but I didn't read it because I saw it when I was at a show. I was like, I got to get back to Lisa because Lisa's having problems, y'all. Not like, I mean, I don't know, but like she's having Discord problems, and I haven't seen anything this complicated yet. Like we've had Discord problems in the past, but Lisa's is like, I feel like unprecedented. You know what I mean? Like this isn't like the normal run of the mill problems. So like I gotta fix this for her because she can't get on the damn Discord. And that's not okay. That is not okay. So we got to get this fixed for you, Lisa. If anything, what I can maybe do is open a ticket on your behalf, or maybe you can open a ticket. I don't know. Even Reddit can't help. Jesus Christ. Have you tried opening a ticket with Patreon? Maybe I can. Like send me a screenshot of what you get. In that same thread that we're going back and forth, send me some screenshots of what you get, and I'll open a Patreon ticket with support, and then that'll work. Shut up, Tony. Tony said unplug it and plug it back in. But just send me a couple of screenshots, and I'll open a ticket on my end, and I suggest you also open a ticket on your end with Patreon, not Discord, because it's not Discord's fault, but I would open it with Patreon and say, hey, I'm a member of this dude's Patreon. One of my perks is Discord, and this shit is broke. And I want to know why it's broken. Oh, yeah. See, Donna said Patreon support helped me with my problem. So there you go. But do that and send me the screenshots, and I'll open a ticket as well, just in case. So there you go. All right. So much to get into. First of all, I want to say thank you to FJ and to Robert Likes Beer and his better half Katie for coming out to the Hop Scholar show on Saturday. FJ goes to me though. Irish goodbye. FJ is the king of the Irish goodbyes. Him and Shock. Shock is known to give you a good Irish goodbye. If you don't know what that is, that's just somebody just walks away. They just, although like everybody Irish goodbyed me at this show. It was, I guess, because I get it. Like people see I'm busy and they're like, well, I don't want to disturb you. Like my mom did that. We had a fun show, packed house. Dustin Sims was the headliner. Nitra was the, she goes by Nitra, or Miss Nitra Bab. She got 8,000 goddamn stage names. But Nitra Babin was the feature act. And fun show, great comics, good times. Afterwards, we were all kind of hanging out, and I was selling my new merch, my new one-star kid shirts. I had a few in the trunk. Figured I'd sell those. And so I was just and I look up, and fucking FJ was gone. My mom and all the people she brought was gone. Robert Likes Beer came over and said, hey, with Katie, and they bought a shirt, because Katie, congratulations. Got a job at a school. Yeah, baby. But, yeah, FJ just came and he went. Story of my life. Didn't even kiss me goodbye. Didn't even leave me a note. Just gone, asshole. Donna, thank you for the 50 biddies. She said, let's go Astros. Kick butt on those Tigers. I tell you what's going to be tough, man, is the Tigers might have the Cy Young Award winner on their staff. Isn't it wild that the Central ends up with 2 wild card winners when we thought all along it might come out of the East? Thought it might be Baltimore, Boston, New York. Hell, it might have been everybody but Toronto, right? Tampa might have made it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I disappeared. No. I was up there selling shirts. I looked up. Everybody was fucking gone. I was like, well, okay. I guess so. I mean, I looked out, like Robert left. I looked around and I was like, where the fuck? Like, I looked up. Jenny's mom's table was gone. I couldn't find you. Robert was gone. I was like, well, all right. I guess everybody bailed. So, I don't know. Did you go poop? What'd you do, FJ? Dirty bastard. But yeah, now we're gone. I was like, well, everybody ghosted me. It's fine. Amos said, oh, Discord. I thought you were going to say something like she can't get off crack. No, she's not on crack, Amos. Stop it. Oh, shit. Damn it. Oh, hey, I wanted to show y'all something before we get into the show. So I'm working on a new way of doing the show. Like this is cool, right? And this is fine. And I've never really liked this style of doing the chat messages. Like this works. It's good. It's fine. It's kind of okay. Cause when I go to like, I don't know, when we look at the top 25 or when we do birthdays or whatever, like, oh, here we go. Here's the, I don't know. Oh, here's the Thankful Thursdays from last week, right? So like when we do that, and then I could do, if I do, what's it called? Oh, if I have a message, right? So it pops up down there, and everything's kind of symmetrical, I guess. Right? So this is okay. This works okay. But I saw a couple of other streamer setups, and I kind of liked it a little bit more. And so I've been tinkering. I've been messing around. Always looking down. I've been toying with some ideas as of late. Y'all know me. I like to switch it up. I do like to have a good presentable looking show. I want it to look good for you guys, right? Like, I want it to look nice. I want you to, as you're watching the show, I want it to be appealing visually while you watch it. Oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Just open up the, God dang it. So, what I was thinking, if you'll excuse, please, I had an idea. Oh shit. What is this? Uh-oh. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Oh, beautiful. So this is what I was thinking, right? Like, I wanted to switch it up a little bit and make things look a little different. And because I like the visuals, because I want to do, I've been trying to get to this point where I have the topics on screen. That's something I've been wanting to get at, is having the topics on screen the whole time, right? So this is kind of where I'm headed. Tell me if you like this. Tell me if this looks good. Donna said, can I suggest an out of office notice if you're not going to have a show? I try to do that, Donna. So if you go to the Twitch channel and you look at the header of the, like, let me see if I can go to another Twitch channel. Let's see, Twitch. Who's not on right now? I bet you Kyle is not streaming right now. Let's see. Who's offline that I follow? I don't even know who I follow. Let me see. here. Show more. Here we go. Chrissy Woods, Blee Blue, Gallant says, here we go. We'll go to Paul Gallant's Twitch channel. I'll show you. So it's supposed to work this way. I don't know if it does, especially on mobile. But when you go there, see the background where he's got all the eyebrows? That's supposed to show like offline, and it's supposed to say that I'm not there. And the other thing is this. When you go to the show itself, like if you click chat, there's an offline screen like this. You see where it says like hot takes right there? Mine, what I usually try to do, like if I'm sick or if I'm having tech problems or whatever, it'll usually tell you what's up. Like, we're going to start at 3 today, or no show today, I'm sick, or whatever. And so I also try to tweet it out. But I wish there was an easier, better way to say, I'm not doing a show today. The only other thing I could think that might be good would be like if I posted a story, because I guess you can do stories now on Twitch. I don't know, but it's good feedback. It's really good feedback. Let me see. How to post an OOO. That's what we call in the biz out of office. Well, that's what we used to call it in corporate America. But this is what I'm working on from a view, a graphics point of view. Tell me, some bitch, hold on. Son of a bitch. Okay. That's not it, actually. I'll get there. Son of a bitch. I had it messed up here. Aha. There we go. Yes. Fine indeed. All right, so this is what the show would look like going forward. Right? So I might zoom out a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? Like this might be a little zoomed out. But I'm thinking this would be the new show. And actually this would be gone. So this would be the new show. So you would have basically the topics for today over here. And the goal would be to have whatever topic we're on highlighted. But the problem is I don't know how viewable that's going to be. Down here would kind of be the crawl, but that would also be where your messages would pop up from now on. So I've already created the new messages, and this is what it would look like. Donna said she likes it. That's what one of them would look like now. I like that. That one looks good. So that's kind of what one would look like where it popped up. Donna, I like it. Right. So that's one example of what the chat message would look like. Another one, but I'm tinkering with how that would look down below. But yeah, this is kind of what it would look like. There'd be like down in this bottom corner. So it just gives me more real estate actually the camera is still the camera. You don't really miss much from this to this, right? Like you're not really missing much in the way of my face. But what I think it does is it gives like topics and what we're on currently. So if people want to pop in and see what we're talking about. And then when it comes to slides and stuff, like if we're doing headlines, right? Or we're doing injury reports, or say we're going to do the top 25, for example, or let's just do injury report. Like this is the injury report. Well, right now this is okay. But what I would actually do is swap out. So I would actually, this screen where I'm at would be where the data would go. And then over here, I would put myself in that gray box over there. And that's where I would be. And this is where the slides would be. So it's actually more real estate for the visuals while we're discussing stuff. And I'd be over here on the side. So I think it's actually going to be better for the show. I think visually it'll look better in the long run. I mean, I'm off centered right now, so I'm going to have to, I'll have to do some like adjusting on this and whatnot. But yeah, I think in the long run, I think it might look okay. I think it might look pretty good. We'll see. Yeah. See, like, there we go. Just get a little center cut right there. Yeah. Boom. Jen, you like it? Yeah. I mean, is that real hard to read over there? The headlines. I'm going to mess with the font and stuff, but I did think that this also makes what you guys are typing. I think that makes it easier to read too. Makes your profile pictures easier to see. It gives that more real estate. It just makes this I don't know. I try to put a ton of stuff in and a ton of thought into this, and I feel like this just made a lot of sense. And I really and truly, honestly, I got the idea from Locked On Sports. Their shit's kind of laid out like this, but they don't do some of the comments and stuff. So yeah, I pilfered the idea of this layout in many ways like this. So, but we got the logo, you know what I mean? We can still have a crawl there. And the cool thing is I could still actually have this crawl down there. I could actually still have it like right here if I wanted to have a crawl. So all that's cool. All that's still available. We just kind of shrink it down a bit. Yeah. So, but we're not there yet. But I need to know if the big thing I wanted to test was how readable is that? Is that a waste? Can you even see that? Like, can you even see what's coming up next? Or am I going to have to make that bigger? Is that a waste of time? You know? So, I was going to look at it on my phone. Shit. Oh, that's not too bad. Let me see. Donna still looks good. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, it's not too bad. You can kind of read it. I might make it a little bigger. But yeah, I can play with that. That's some flexibility there. So, well, cool. All right, well, we're not there yet, but that's where I'm headed with it. So that'll be a change coming up on the visuals of the show. All right, well, that's it. That's all I got for you. Thanks again to everybody that came out to Hop Scholar. Nothing else to report. I stayed up with Todd until 4 a.m. talking shop and smoking cigars. I was hungover as fuck on Sunday, and then drinking beer this morning and whiskey was not fun. So I'm kind of sick of drinking right now. And we got birthday shots to do today. Some bitch, we're going to get it. Let's go. But before we do that, man, we got a ton of shit to get to. Let's get to our sports headlines first and foremost. Let's go. All right, here's sports headlines for the day. Hey, interestingly enough, we got to talk a little baseball today because the playoffs are almost set. We're waiting on Braves, Mets, but MLB is going to revert back to team jerseys for the All-Star game. There's been a ton of backlash. It's racist. It's a shame. There's been a ton of backlash. And so the MLB All-Star game will feature players wearing their primary home and road uniforms again, 2025. Players previously wore primary uniforms from the 1930s through the 2019 games. And then they started coming out with these, like, stuff like this. And they just... Ugh. Yeah. And it's only been that way since what, 2021? It says they began wearing uniforms specifically designed for the exhibition at the 2021 All-Star Game. Change doesn't include caps. Players will wear game caps designed for the exhibition. Other changes announced: undo aspects of the Nike Vapor Premier jersey design introduced this season, which drew widespread criticism from players. After the league, Nike, and Fanatics partnered with MLBPA to solicit feedback from players. Alterations include increased pant customization, reverting back to material used before this season, and enlarging the size of the lettering from players' names on the backs of the jerseys. The league, citing production timelines, said the uniform modifications will not be fully implemented for 2025. This was a big deal at the beginning of the year, if you'll recall. And a lot of people were pissed, but Nike took a hit for it. They took a big hit for it. So you knew something was going to happen. You knew something was coming down the pipe, but I'm glad that they're going back to home and road actual unis and getting away from this shit. These didn't work out. There's only been a few years, but I mean, I just was never a fan of what they did. You know what I mean? What up, Heartthrob? Good to see you, Rob. So I'm glad they're going this was abysmal. I don't know who they got to do all those designs, but they were not good. So, good on you, MLB, for correcting this, because it's bad. Sad news in the world of sports. Dikembe Mutombo has passed away at the age of 58. He's died of brain cancer. And I got to be honest with you, I had no idea the dude had brain cancer. No clue. No idea. This caught me completely off guard. In fact, I didn't even know he had passed away until I saw Kanice. My boy Kanice had posted about it on Facebook or something. I was like, what? So that was crazy, man. That's so young. And it just goes to show you that, like, it's, yes, too soon. Pasha, no idea. I should block you. Get it? As a Matumbo reference. And then he blocked. Okay. I had no idea that this had happened, and it just goes to show you, man. This dude was a fit athlete. He was, he's just, you never know, man. Unfortunately, man, cancer is just a part of our being. It's a part of our life. It is an unfortunate part of being a human, and genetically, sometimes you draw the short straw, and you would never think that a guy like Matumbo, healthy, all the kindness, all the, he did so much for people from his home country and his home continent, and he over here, he was just a good dude. So it's not like, oh, well, that's karma, because there's some people in this world where you'd be like, I hope cancer gets you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look, if Epstein had died of cancer, you'd be like, well, good on you, cancer. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Cosby got cancer and died. Oh, well, high five cancer. Okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, oh, if Hitler had died of cancer, no one's going to be like, oh, shoot, darn you, cancer. That's the one time people be like, man, good on you, cancer. So there's just certain, but yeah, this is one of those times where you're like, God, man, just seemed like, I guess for me, just because I didn't know, but just so sudden. Now the question becomes, and we have to do it, where does he rank amongst the greats? I don't think he goes down as one of the greatest of all time sinners, but I will say this. There were moments that Matumbo, I'll never forget as long as I live, and I'm already 50. But in my life, one of the greatest basketball moments that I can remember, and not as a fan of the team, but one of the biggest upsets was Matumbo and the Nuggets when they were a 7 seed, I believe. And I forget who they upset. Let's see. Matumbo Nuggets upset. Who was it? Oh, they were the 8 seed. Yeah. Matumbo spent 5 years playing in Denver, most notably helping the Nuggets become the first 8 seed to upset a 1 seed when they beat the Sonics in 93-94. That was, and what sticks out in my mind about that is it was just so unexpected. And like I said, it was the first time that an 8 seed beat a 1 seed. And I remember him clutching the ball, laying on the floor. And it was, at the time, man, Seattle was tough. And Denver is just, they're just happy to be there. But that really put Matumbo on the map for a lot of people, too. And he was always a good defender. And in the era of the big man, Matumbo wasn't a great scorer, but in the era of the big man, Matumbo, he carved out a niche. And what I loved about it is he kind of made a name for himself with that swagger, with that finger wag. And he was one of the best ever rim protectors. I mean, one of the best ever rim protectors. And so he won't go down as one of the greatest centers of all time. But I think he'll definitely go down as one of the best rim protectors. You thought twice before driving to the bucket if Mutombo was in the game, in the lane, for sure. Excuse me. You definitely thought twice. Because you knew Mutombo would swat your shit. And I don't know what was worse. I don't know for me, like, what would be worse? Getting my shit swatted into the fifth row by Mutombo? Or having him do that shit in my face? Because that was back then. And that really kind of, I don't know if that was the catalyst for it. But that was kind of the last of the great shit talking things you could do. Because it was around that time when they put a stop to all that. You couldn't do that stuff no more. He was kind of the last of those of the shit talkers, I guess, because that's still shit talking. I don't care what you say. He was kind of the last of those that got to do that. And it almost became endearing. And I'm sure at the time, if you had that done to you, you didn't appreciate it. But everybody loved Mutombo in a way that it was like, okay. All right. That was pretty. He got me. All right. You know what I mean? Like if it was, like Alonzo Mourning or somebody like that, you might be like, hey man, fuck you, man. This is Mutombo. You'd be like, all right, you swatted my shit. Get your finger out of my face. So, yeah, man. R.I.P. to Dikembe Mutombo. I met him once. Nice guy. I didn't hang out with him, but he's a good dude. What up, John Dorier? Good to see you. What up, Perry? Good to see you as well, my friend. Jeff Bell's in the building. What up, sir? Rudy Rod, how are you? But yeah, man, that's so young. 58. Let me tell you what, man. The older I get, this is so crazy because the older I get, I'm 50. And to hear dudes passing at 58 scares the shit out of me. I'm like, what? 58? That's only 8 years from now. Fuck. That scares me, man. It's frightening. It's very unnerving to say the least. So, rest in peace. Let me send this text real quick. This dude, what does he want? All right, sorry. Dustin Sims, actually, the guy that headlined the show at Hopscar this weekend, was texting me. I don't know what he wanted. So I am texting him back to let him know that I'll call him when I'm done. Sir, how do these people not know what the fuck I do? He's been on the show. Jesus Christ, man. Get your shit together, man. All right. Oh, we got shit to do. Let's see. Let's get to... Oh, what do I want to do? We got a lot. I'm debating. I didn't even tweet the show today. Bleh. Let's do a little college football. And then we got to do birthday shots. And then we'll do some NFL. Yes. Let's start with some college football today. Actually, real quick, let's do some baseball. Let's get some MLB in. There are some games going on right now. Let's see. Nope. Yep. Braves and Mets are playing right now, a doubleheader. Game 2 will start here shortly at 3:40. And Donna, he now does. I forgot to change that. He now does that joke on stage because I've encouraged him to. He had to do that on stage. Like he actually did it. FJ is still in the chat, I hope, but Robert likes beers in here. But FJ can attest to it that he did that at the show this weekend. It's just the best story, and I'm so glad he does it now because it is a killer joke. So yeah, let's see. I think Jenia's mom. Oh. Yeah, so Jenia's mom said, I'm still on the road, won't make it home by 3:15. Sorry. Okay, no worries. So Mets Braves. Mets win the first game 8-7. And the reason this is important is it's really going to determine who's the 3 seed and who is the 6 seed in the standings and in the playoff picture. Here is the playoff picture, postseason bracket. The AL is set. All right. Yankees are the 1 seed. The Cleveland Guardians are the 2 seed. The Astros are the 3 seed. The Baltimore Orioles are the 4 seed. Kansas City Royals are the 5 seed. And the Detroit Tigers are the 6 seed. The cool thing about the wild card is the home teams play the entire wild card at the home team's field. I didn't know that, by the way. I really didn't know that. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but that's a pretty interesting twist on it. There's no travel. All 3 games will be played, if they're necessary, all 3 games will be played in Houston. So, pretty interesting. You would think, oh, that's great. And thank God that the Astros had figured things out. Because, man, remember early in the season when the Astros were eating shit at home like they did all last year? And it was like, oh, my God, not this again. Well, they have since figured it out for the most part. But it was like, what? So, yes, Astros and Tigers. And here's the full schedule. Well, I'll get that in just a second. On the other side, Dodgers are the 1 seed, Phillies the 2 seed, Brewers 3 seed, Padres are the 4 seed. So what we're really playing for is the 5-6 seed, and that's really just to determine is it the Mets or is it going to be Arizona or Atlanta? Because that's essentially what's happening here. So the Mets have clinched. Arizona is currently, this is crazy right here. Let me pull this up here for you. Show you how this is going down here. As it stands right now, Atlanta is a half a game back. And that, let me duplicate this. So that, I don't know if that is including this game. Yeah, so it looks like the Mets had won 2 in a row. Let's look at the standings. Mets 2 in a row. Okay, so this is current as of like right now. So the Mets are, because it says they've won 2 in a row, and the Braves have lost 2 in a row. And if we actually pull this up, the last 2 games they lost, one of those would have been to the Mets. Yep. So they lost to the Royals on the 29th and then to the Mets today. So by losing 2 in a row now, they're in a precarious situation. They have to win this last game at 3:40. So that's it. The Mets, if they don't win this game starting at 3:40 here in about 20 minutes, they're out of the playoffs. I mean, the Braves, excuse me. If the Braves don't win this game starting at 3:40, they're out of the playoffs, which is crazy to think because it's such a talented team. They have had a ton of injuries. Yeah, Amos. Fuck Atlanta. Sorry. Rough rivalry weekend. Yeah, my bad. So Braves have to have it. It's a win and you're in for the Braves. The Mets, they're in. So Mets don't really have to worry. And it looks like they're separated. I don't know who would get the tiebreak though. So that's interesting because if you're the Mets, what you're really playing for is either 5 or 6 because the standings say they've clinched, but it doesn't say that they've clinched the seed. They've just clinched the wild card. Now, they could be 5, they could be 6. If they win, they're the 5 seed. If they lose, let's see, maybe. Let me update this here. Yeah, see, if they lose, it looks like, because I'm on MLB.com right now looking at their postseason bracket, and they haven't updated it yet. So it looks like if they lose, then the Braves would be the 5 seed, and the Mets would end up being the 6 seed. So the Braves, it's win or in, which is what's crazy. So the Mets really do have something to play for in this last game, but even if they lose, they're still in. So they don't have to. But if you're the Mets, I think you'd rather play, well, shit, I don't know. Pick your poison. Do you want to play the Brewers? Do you want to play the Padres? Oof. Yeah. McLevin said, wait, so there was like rain out games, the Mets, Braves doubleheader. Yeah, so they had a doubleheader because of a rain out, and then the doubleheader got rained out. So they had to move the entire doubleheader to this day, which is supposed to be an off day for everybody. And so they didn't have a choice. They had to move it to this to play because it determines the playoffs. Had these two teams not been in the playoffs, or had these two games not had any bearing on the playoffs, they probably wouldn't have played them. They'd have just been like, nah. And honestly, they've done that in the past where you'll see some teams in the season with 161 games instead of 162. And in this case, the teams would have ended with 160 games. But there's tons of implications. This matters for Arizona, this matters for Atlanta, and this matters for the Mets, because it matters for the Mets where they're seated. It obviously matters for Arizona. Are they going to be in or not? And it matters for Atlanta if they're going to be in or not. So, yeah, a lot riding on this. So it's going to be interesting. And yeah, man, if you're the Braves or the Mets, you know, pick your poison, because the Padres is not an easy team, as you saw. If you're the Astros, you saw that. But I mean, take a look at what the Brewers have done. That's a division that, I mean, gosh, the NL Central was just an abysmal division this year. But the Brewers at a plus 136, their pitching is just ridiculous. Their pitching is just ridiculous, but they can score and they can put up some runs. They're not like the best offense in the National League, but they can get after it. But the problem is you're going to have to go out and outpitch the Brewers, and that's a tall order when you consider, look, let's see. Let me see here. I've scored 771. Others have scored more. Yeah, Dodgers have scored more. Arizona has scored more. Yankees. But here's the thing: 641 runs allowed. See, they got a plus 136. But look at that, which is second, by the way, in the National League, a plus minus differential. And that's runs scored versus runs allowed. Look at that. 641 runs allowed. The only other teams with better pitching that have allowed, God, look at Colorado, 929. I mean, the only other teams that have allowed less runs in the National League is the Braves. That's it. That's it. No, baseball season's over if you're a Rangers fan, Total Dallas, but not for the rest of us. CC, excuse me, did I miss the part of the show where we're talking about motherfucking Alabama football? We're getting to it, I promise. Milwaukee's pitching is really good. So if you're, now the Braves do have the ability to duel with them. But you just had a ton of injuries if you're the Braves. I don't know. It's pick your poison because San Diego's offense right now is really clicking. I'm trying to see who over in the American League maybe has given up less runs than the Brewers. Seattle's pitching was great. Seattle and Atlanta have the lowest runs allowed of anybody, it looks like. Yeah, 607. Gosh, and both exactly 607. Atlanta's might go up after this next game. So Seattle might end up giving up the least amount of runs in baseball this year. And didn't even make the playoffs because they couldn't fucking score. 676. Jeez. Astros are close at 649. Brewers are 641. Okay. Only ones with less in the National League are Cleveland. I mean, Detroit's right there. Casey's right there, but still not less. Seattle and Cleveland, and that's it. That's how good the Brewers pitching is. So, I don't know. I guess you kind of wouldn't want to face the Padres, but man, that's a tough out. That is definitely a tough out. Either way you look at it. So, should be fun. All right. CC, you going to lurk at the gym, huh? You're going to lurk at the gym. Okay. No, that's on the initial. Oh, damn, Tony. Oh, she going to get you. She going to get you. Well, speaking of, I did want to talk some. Why are you looking at NL teams? Because they're playing right now. Goofball. They're about to play. They have one game left to decide the 5th and 6th playoff seeds in baseball. That's why. And because it's sports. What are you talking about? Was this still an equal opportunity sports talk show? What are you saying? It's like saying, we don't look at the NFC football teams? And you're saying y'all? Like what? What are you talking about? We discuss all sports on this show. Aye, sir. Talk about it all. Now let's talk about the top 25. Let's get down to brass tacks. Shit. Are we? What the heck is going on here? Here's your new top 25, folks. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you thought I was scouting? No. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh. We have a shakeup. In the college football polls. What? Roll motherfucking Tide is right, CC. Alabama sits atop the AP top 25 for week 6. Moved up 3 spots and is now number 1. They leapfrog Ohio State and Texas, move up from number 4 to number 1 by beating Georgia, who was number 2 at the time. So Georgia falls 3 spots to number 5. Alabama jumps to number 1, and Texas wins and drops a spot. Stays undefeated. Of course, they beat Mississippi State, which is, it might as well be FCS school at this point. Mississippi State has been so bad this year. But let me tell you something. You got to play on your schedule. You can't help it if some teams suck. All right. That's just, it's not their fault that team sucks. It is the schedule that you're given. All right. But Tennessee moved up a spot. I knew that was coming.
_Dallas.
I could have told you. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I could have told you. He kept poking the bear. You can't. I think he wanted it, if I'm being honest. I think Total Dallas wanted to be timed out. I think he did. I think he wanted it. I think he wanted to be timed out. So, possibly they might as well have played St. Mary's School for the Blind. Who? Texas? Yeah. Possibly I think that's Total Dallas's kink. Right? Yeah, I think so too. I changed it to 800 seconds. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that's wild, CC. Yeah, here's some thoughts on this top 25. Okay. A couple things. Does Bama deserve to be number one? Texas didn't lose. Texas was number one. Texas had an easy game, but they did their job and they beat up the team that was before them. So what's the big deal? Why should they be punished? Well, the reason that Texas, it's not that Texas doesn't deserve to be number one. It's just that Alabama deserves to be number one more. Texas didn't do anything wrong. Alabama just did more right. And had Alabama not won in such convincing fashion, right? I mean, the way that first half went and being up by so much. And yeah, Georgia climbed back in it. But it was just the way that they won, how dominant they were in the first half. And when you do that, when you have that big of a lead and Georgia, it goes Georgia, and Alabama still holds steady, because a lot of teams might have folded. And I think a lot of people, let's be honest, I think a lot of people expected Bama to fold once Georgia started making that comeback. A lot of people, maybe yours truly included, were like, yeah. Here it comes. This is where not having Nick Saban is going to bite them in the ass. Here we go. Undisciplined. This is what, yeah. This is where they need Nick Saban, right here. It sucks for them, man, because they really played a hell of a first half, and I hate to see them choke it away, but this is the difference between having Nick Saban and not having Nick Saban. And oh my God, what was that? Touchdown, game over, Bama number one, suck it, nerds. Like, what the fuck? Just like that. A 17-year-old kid. 17-year-old kid. That dude, that receiver, 17 years old. What? Do you know what I was doing at 17? Not that. I'll tell you that much. Wasn't doing that. Goodness gracious. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So, do I have a problem with Bama being here and not here? No, I don't. Because they took this team and they beat them. They didn't just, got by Hail Mary last second They beat them in the first half. And then with Georgia, because Georgia is such a good football team, they're going to make the comeback that they made. Because they beat them, or because they made that comeback and Bama was still able to hold them off and win the game, they earned this. So I have no problem with it because I'm here for this whole Texas hype. I'm here for it. And y'all know me. I grew up hating UT. I'm a Texas Aggie fan, bro. I grew up an Aggie diehard. Even though I hate rooting for this team, they make me sick. Every year, I literally loathe rooting for this team. I do. I loathe being an Aggie fan. It hurts. It sucks. Although I think Elko is going to be fine. I think Mike Elko is going to have this program turned around in a year or so. I don't think they're going to be a national powerhouse like Texas or Bama or anything, but I think they're going to be a very respectable top 10 team at some point under Mike Elko. Because I think they're not going to be flashy football. They're going to be down and dirty football. And I'm good with that. But this is, they earned it. Bama did. And again, Texas didn't do anything wrong, which is why they still have 19 first place votes. So I'm good with it. What's great is we're probably going to get to see Bama and Georgia play again. We might get to see, Bama and Texas play. I mean, this is SEC. This is crazy talk. Crazy talk. And then you got a Big Ten mixed in right there in the middle. Tennessee moved up a spot to number 4. So your top 5 is Bama, Texas, Ohio State, Tennessee, and Georgia. That's your new top 5. The rest of your top 10 or top 25 looks like this. Oregon's at 6. Oregon slowly, steadily getting back in there. Remember, they fell all the way to 9 and haven't lost yet. They were number 3 in the country, fell to 9 because they had some really, really unconvincing wins. Fell all the way to 9 and now have climbed back up to 6. Penn State at 7. Miami's at 8. Now, this is where we can talk about, do they deserve to be at 8 still? Look, Miami fell 1 spot. Okay, Miami was 7 last week. They fell a spot to 8. Penn State moved up 2 spots. Oregon moved up 2 spots. I think Miami should have fell more than just a spot. Miami should not have won that game. I think that touchdown that they overturned, I think Miami got lucky. Now, there are people out there calling conspiracies and they just wanted to keep Miami undefeated. Poppycock, I say. Poppycock. I don't believe you, sir. But it was questionable about the evidence and overturning it and all that. I just think you had to, if you looked at it and you just voted honestly, regardless of them winning, you had to move Miami down a bit because it shouldn't have been that close. Sorry. Now, do you move them below any of the 1-loss teams? No, maybe not. And I'm looking at it, like the 1-loss teams start at 10 with Michigan. Well, besides Georgia. Georgia's the only 1-loss team in the top 10. I'm sorry. Michigan is 10, and they're a 1-loss team. So there's 2 teams with a 1 loss in the top 10. Michigan and Georgia. So, no, I wouldn't put Miami below, USC, Ole Miss, and whatnot. But I don't know. Maybe move them down to 10. I don't know. But Miami at 8, Missouri at 9, Michigan at 10. 11 is USC. 12 is Ole Miss. LSU is 13. 14 is Notre Dame. 15 is Clemson. And the rest, let me get to my slides here. 16 is Iowa State. 17 is BYU. 18 is Utah. Ugh. Ouch. I want to pull up this scoreboard here in just a second. 18 Utah. 19 Oklahoma. 20 Kansas State. 21 Boise State. 22 Louisville. 23 Indiana. 24 Illinois. And 25, Texas A&M, fighting Texas Aggies. And look, they're actually tied with UNLV. Got moved into the top 25 as well. So they're tied with A&M. Some controversy at UNL this week. UNLV, their starting quarterback, who had them at 3-0, and the offense has been prolific. He quit the team because he said they promised him over $100,000 worth of NIL incentives that they hadn't given him yet. And he was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to keep playing if you're not going to keep your end of the deal. So he quit. And then all that happened was his backup stepped in and they scored like 52 or some shit like that. Something crazy. So running Rebels on the football field just ran wild. So week 5 had some interesting games in it. Here are the scores. Let's look at some of the scores. Let's see here. I wish there was an easier way. I need to make a scoreboard thing. Army's rolling. Army won 42-14. Miami beat Virginia Tech 38-34. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Just got a phone call. Mama HT has been released from the hospital and is now resting at her place. Oh, that's great to hear, Heartthrob. I'm glad to hear that, buddy. Oh, no shit. CC said, I think I'm going to Knoxville for that matchup. Oh, girl, that would be badass. Yeah, Potch, we're going to get to that too. Oh, my bad. Rutgers beat Washington. Ugh. Texas beat Mississippi State 35-13. Bama, there it is. Beat UGA 41-34. Whew, whew, whew. Ohio State beat Michigan State 38-7. In a stunner, I say. Kentucky had a lead at the half. Ole Miss looked like they got their shit together, and then they didn't. Kentucky beats Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. It's always something with this dude. They just look like they're getting their shit together, and then they don't. You know, I said that Notre Dame, somebody clip it if you want to clip this. I said before the season started that Notre Dame was the Texas A&M Aggies of the North. Ole Miss is the Texas Aggies of Mississippi. I'll just let you know. This is what they do. They do this every year. They get your hopes up. They make you think they can win. They make you think that they're good. They make you think that there's hope. What? They could do this? They crack the top 5. And then man, 20-17 to Kentucky. Oregon whooped UCLA 34-13. Penn State beat Illinois 21-17. Utah falls to Arizona. Did not see that coming. Arizona wins 23-10. There's Michigan's score beating Minnesota 27-24. Interesting, that's a close game, but USC beats Wisconsin 38-21. LSU, no problems over America. They beat USA 42-10. Notre Dame over Louisville 31-24. Good win for Notre Dame. And Clemson with a win over Stanford. So good for them. ISU, Iowa State beats Houston 20-0. Good job, Houston. Good job. My, how the mighty have fallen. What happened? Total Dallas has been activated from the disabled list. Good job, Total Dallas. Oak State, Kansas State. That was an interesting game for like 2 seconds. Jeez, man. What a bloodletting that was. K-State just whoops Oklahoma State 42-20. OU beats Auburn 27-21. BYU beats Baylor 34-28. There you go. A&M beating Arkansas 21-17. And it was close. It was scary. Tell me the Cougs are a sleeping giant. Yes, they're a sleeping giant pile of shit. Yes, a giant pile of shit. That's it. You're right, Potch. That Aggie-Arkansas game is always close. Always. It is always a close game. Drives me insane. There's no reason it should be close, but it is. Boise State beat Washington State 45-24. There's IU in Maryland, Purdue, Nebraska, blah, 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 blah. We don't give a shit about most of those. Where was the one? Sam Houston State, let's go! Get it! Look at Navy, 41-18. Navy rolling. Where was that SMU game? There we go. SMU beats Florida State 42-16. Bruh. What has happened at Florida? Like, what is going on? That, first there was that dude that was like, if Florida State loses to Boston College, I'll eat a solo cup full of dog shit. And then they lose to Boston College. And then they lose to Memphis. And everybody's like, hey, man, I believe in the solo cup curse. If that dude doesn't eat a solo cup full of dog shit, they're going to keep losing. And then they barely beat Cal. How do you just barely beat Cal 14-9? At home. At home. And then they go on the road and just get fucking trounced 42-16 by SMU. This might be the absolute biggest stunner in college football to me. Really, I can't think of anything more mind-boggling. That's probably true, Potch. I was just thinking that Clemson's going to find a way to fuck that up. But, like, God, look at what they have left, too. Florida State still has to play Clemson. And then they have to play Miami and Notre Dame. God, this might be the worst game ever. Florida State. That used to be like, ooh. I remember clearing my schedule to watch Florida State. I would be like, nobody fucking talk to me. No one say, I don't give a shit. I'm watching Florida State. Now, you couldn't pay me it would be pay-per-view, but you would have to be paying me to view that game. That should be the garbage bowl. God bless the BFI garbage bowl. God, that's going to be terrible. I mean, it's funny because I would look at this and go, well, let's see. They'll lose to Clemson. They'll beat Duke. Will they? Will they? They'll lose to Duke. They'll probably, they have one win left. I don't even know who this is. Was that a shark? Is that a pirate? What is that? Who's Chiso? Who is that? Charleston Southern Buccaneers, the Chisos. Okay. They'll beat Charleston Southern barely. It might be 7-6. They'll beat them. Oh, look at that matchup predictor. Yeah, you say that now, matchup predictor. Jeez, I wonder what the matchup predictor said about Memphis. What? What was the spread on this game, I wonder? I want to know. I want to know what turns you on. Oh, SMU was favored by 5.5. God damn, how bad do you suck? How bad do you suck? The SMU was favored by 5.5. Damn. Cisco said Charleston Southern could probably beat the Cowboys right now. Bro, you're so lucky there's no more timeouts. CC would be all over that. She'd be pew, pew, pew. Pa said put some respect on Charleston Southern. They're going to win 9-6. Well, okay, yeah. Amos said, listen, man, when Florida State throws in a towel in a season, they leave no doubt. Right? Oh, we're not just going to lose. You know what? The fact of the matter is, that whole team at Florida State, you talk about quitting, they have quit. With a capital quit. Bro, if I'm whoever's in charge of their NIL deals, I'm going locker by locker and be like, nope, breach a contract. Give my money back. Breach a contract. Give my money back. Like, you can't give my, bro, you suck so bad. The deal was you play football. Well, I'm good. You're not playing football. I don't know what the fuck y'all are playing grab ass out there, but that's not playing football. I don't know what y'all are doing, but that is not playing football. Kiss my ass. Y'all owe us and our sponsors money. That's terrible. 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 That's wild. Hey, what up, Edsy? Normal people say at least nobody died, but I'm sure there are some Florida State diehards checking out. The only thing worse could be losing to a Division II school. And now they'll lose to Charleston Southern. You watch. You watch. You watch, Edsy. They'll lose. They'll find a way. My God. Oh, boy. Just sad. Just all around sadness. Oh, man. Yeah, they're big over here. I'm looking at the college football front page on ESPN. I love it. Jalen Milroe's emergence. He didn't just emerge, assholes. They just had a big win. Jalen Milroe just didn't emerge. He's been here. He's been here. You just didn't want to show him no love. He's been here. That's what's kind of like stupid about the media and these writers and all this bullshit. Is they love to say the emergence of Jalen Milroe, right? Let's see if he's emerged. Let's see. Last year he threw 23 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. 2,800 yards passing. He completed 65% of his passes. Now, granted, he's on a hell of a path right now. He's averaging 11.3 yards, but I mean, 10 yards. He was averaging a first down every time he completed a pass, and that was 65% of the time. He had a 172 rating. Like, this dude isn't just emerging. So he rushed for 531 yards and 12 touchdowns. I mean, let's back off of we don't know who Jalen Milroe was or is. The problem is you guys chose not to pay attention to him because Bama wasn't sexy Bama last year. It was Saban's swan song and all that, and it just wasn't sexy. Jalen Milroe's been there. He just hasn't been the best. And I would even caution about this whole emerge. Like, he's playing well. Is Jalen Milroe one of the best quarterbacks in college football? Probably not, no. Not from a pure skills, physical standpoint. But can he get Bama to a title game? Yeah. He sure can. Especially with all the talent he has around him. Because he's that good. Bama's not gonna win in spite of Jalen Milroe. That's for sure. All right, let's see. I think that was pretty much. Oh, there was one other thing that came up in college foosball. And I've been warning you about this. CC. That's right. Lank. Let a naysayer know. To this day. Still a top 5 television sports moment. Didn't O'Brien say he needed to change positions or something? Yes. You know what I was thinking about? And did I do this take last week? I don't know if I did this last week. If I did this last week, I apologize. But now I think would be a good time as any to do this. Because you brought up Bill O'Brien. I was thinking about this. And I don't know if somebody else has had this take or not. But we always look at coaching trees, right? We always look at, right now, the big thing is looking at the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. And we love to look at the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. And now also the big one is the Andy Reid coaching tree. For a long while there, we were looking at the Bill Belichick coaching tree, which was an abysmal failure. And for the most part, and I bring it up because as I was doing yard work last week, I was thinking about the show and how we ended up doing a coaching tree thing. And we were looking at like Bill Walsh and the West Coast offense and how the Bill Walsh coaching tree was just impressive, right? Like how it has spawned all these other coaching trees. And then I got to thinking about Belichick and, all the failures under his coaching tree. And then I started thinking about Bill O'Brien and how he was just an abject failure everywhere he went for the most part. Right? Like 9-7 AFC South champs and all that bullshit. And he just butchered this team and the Texans, that is. But now he's had this resurgence as a college coach. But the whole point was he got this label as the quarterback whisperer. He got this label as this guru, this quarterback guru, because he was a coach, quarterback coach, offensive coordinator for and with Tom Brady. And there have been several other coaches who have had the same kind of labels bestowed upon them that have come out of that same camp. And it got me to thinking. I think we've looked at other coaching trees, but I think we're looking at a coaching tree wrong. We look at Shanahan. We look at Belichick. What we really need to look at is the Tom Brady coaching tree. That's what we need to be looking at. Do you understand how many careers Tom Brady has developed? How many coaches Tom Brady has improved and developed just by being Tom Brady? Because if you are going to sit here in front of me and tell me that Bill O'Brien gets the label as the quarterback whisperer if he never coaches Tom Brady, I say poppycock and tomfoolery to you, sir. There's just no way. He becomes who he is because Tom Brady is who he is. In fact, Bill Belichick wasn't shit before Tom Brady as a coach, and he really wasn't shit after Tom Brady as a coach. And every single coach that was a coach under Bill Belichick was a failure outside of the organization. And now think about that for a second. Everyone says, well, when they're not under Belichick, they go out on their own and they fail. Josh McDaniels, all these. Yeah. Well, guess who they didn't have playing for them? Tom Brady. So all of these coaches that got all of these head coaching jobs, Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniel, Romeo Crennel, all of these coaches, and I shouldn't say Romeo Crennel, but all of these coaches that got these jobs that came out of that Patriots dynasty that were failures. If you look at the Belichick coaching tree, the best, the most successful Belichick disciple is, drumroll please, blah, 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 blah. It's Bill O'Brien. Bill freaking O'Brien is the most successful Belichick coaching disciple. And all he did was go 9-7 every year. And so it's not the Belichick coaching tree. It's really the Tom Brady coaching tree. And it's not, well, all those coaches suck. Yeah, they sucked because Tom Brady made them look so good in New England that they were absolute shit without him. So let's not give credit and disparage the good name of these coaches. Like, let's not, give credit to Belichick and say, well, look at them, they can't win without Belichick. No. We're giving all of the credit to the wrong person and people. It has nothing to do with how bad they are as coaches. It has nothing to do with how good Belichick was. This is the Tom Brady coaching tree. And none of these cats would have deserved the opportunities they got had Tom Brady not been the quarterback on the team that they were coaching at the time. Period. And you can't convince me otherwise. There's no way you could convince me otherwise. No way. You're going to tell me Bill O'Brien is a quarterback whisperer without ever crossing paths with Tom Brady? Josh McDaniel is an offensive genius without ever being an OC with Tom Brady at the helm? Yeah, somebody mentioned Charlie Weiss. And Matt Patricia's a genius now all of a sudden. Like, let's just Belichick. Coaching tree. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Here you go. I'll read it to you. I mean, I can show you, but I can read it to you. Al Groh, 9-7, 1 year. Nick Saban was 15-17 in the NFL. That's a .469 winning percentage. Romeo Crennel has a .337 winning percentage as a head coach, 32-63. Eric Mangini was 33-47 with a 41.3 winning percentage. Josh McDaniel, 20-33. That's a .377 winning percentage. Bill O'Brien has the highest winning percentage if you exclude Al Groh for 1 year. Bill O'Brien has the highest winning percentage and the only one that's a plus. He won 52% of his games with the Texans. He was 52-48. Matt Patricia was 13-29-1. That's 31%. Brian Flores was 24-25. That's 49%. Joe Judge was 10-23, and Brian Daboll was 11-14. These guys weren't shit without Tom Brady. Never mind Bill Belichick. Oh, they weren't shit without Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick wasn't shit without Tom Brady. Ergo, all of these coaches on his staff also weren't shit without Tom Brady. So all of this coaching tree nonsense, all of this, blah, blah, forget it, man. You know what we need is we need a Tom Brady coaching tree. That's what we need. Put some respect on Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying. Put some respect on Tom Brady. John Dory said that is sad. What is sad? Oh, where does Vrabel fall? Well, Vrabel, see, here's the problem. Vrabel is actually under Bill O'Brien because Vrabel, I don't believe, coached in New England, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. I think he got his first gig, Ohio State, Texans. Yeah. So he was Ohio State linebacker coach in 2011, 2012, 2013. He was the Ohio State defensive line coach. And then he was the linebackers coach for the Texans in 2014 through 2016. And then he became a defensive coordinator in 2017. Then he became the Titans head coach 2018 through 2023. So he really falls under the Bill O'Brien coaching tree. That's something to be proud of. Yeah. And then, of course, he's now the coach and personal consultant for the Cleveland Browns. Whatever the fuck that's worth. Wow. 3-time Super Bowl champ. First team All-Pro. Jeez. So, yeah, John Dorier said that O'Brien is the best of the lot. Yeah. It is. It's sad. But I was like, man, you know what? We don't never talk about the Tom Brady coaching tree, but we should. Look how many of these dudes got an opportunity because of him. Because of him. And I don't give a fuck what anybody said. Everybody wants to sit there and say that Bill Belichick was the greatest football coach, and it seemed that way. And I would be inclined to believe them had he had some success without Tom Brady. But the fact of the matter is, he just didn't. He just didn't. The proof is in the pudding. If you look at his record without Tom Brady, I don't even know if it's a winning record. I don't think it is. Y'all gonna make me look. Billy Belichick. Let me check here. Let's see. Oh, you know what I should do? I should go to Football Reference, Pro Football Reference. Yeah, because that'll show. Let's see. Pro Football Reference. Steve Belichick. Bill Belichick references. There we go. Yes, sir. Okay, now I can pull this over here. Let's see. Damn, 6-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time coach of the year. Man, he should just send a yearly check to Tom Brady for all that nonsense. Here you go. Here's his records with Cleveland. 6-10, 7-9, 7-9. He was 11-5 one year. 5-11. So he had one winning season in Cleveland in 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One winning season in 5 years. 6-10, 7-9, 7-9, 11-5, 5-11. And then he went 5-11 again in his first season. And guess what? That wasn't the Tom Brady season, because Brady came in what, 2001, right? Tom Brady's first season was 2001. I believe that's right. NFL draft 2000. Let's see. Yeah, so he was drafted in 2000. Oh, so Tom Brady's first season was 2000. But he didn't play in 2000, did he? Drew Bledsoe played in 2000, right? Am I getting that wrong? Hold on. Let me look up Pro Football Reference here. I can just look this up right here. 2000. This should show the. There you go. Yeah, see? Brady played in one game. He was 1 for 3. So Bill Belichick, with Drew Bledsoe at the helm, 16 games. He was 5-11 that year. And then the following season, Tom Brady plays because Drew Bledsoe gets injured. So let's go to the next season, 2001 New England Patriots. There's your stats. Tom Brady plays in 15 games. 14 of them he starts because Bledsoe gets hurt in game 2. And they go 11-3. Imagine that. Look at all of a sudden now, Bill Belichick has one winning season as a head coach. 6-10, 7-9, 7-9, 11-5, 5-11, 5-11. All of a sudden, Tom Brady starts playing and Belichick never has a losing season again until Brady leaves. That's crazy. 11-5, 9-7, 14-2, 14-2, 10-6, 12-4, 16-0, 11-5, 10-6, 14-2, 13-3, 12-4, 12-4, 12-4, 12-4, 14-2, 13-3, 11-5, 12-4. Hey, there's a 7-9. Anybody want to guess what year that was? 7-9? Was that the last year of Tom Brady before he got sick of Belichick's shit? Or was that the year he left? Oh, look at that. Cam Newton, Jarrett Stidham, Yep, that was the year he left. I'll be damned. Wasn't that the year he left, or was this the 12-4 year? Let's see. 2019. Was that a Brady year? Sure was. Well, son of a bitch. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me Tom Brady joined the New England Patriots in 2001 and left in 2019, and they never had a losing season, and neither did Belichick. But before that, he had one winning season, and after that, he had one winning season. Proof is in the pudding, folks. Tom Brady's coaching tree. Tom Brady made Bill Belichick. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I don't give a shit what anyone says. 2008 was, yeah, okay. Yeah, Matt Castle was 2008 season. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. 11-5. Fair enough. So explain every other year in there. I mean, you just can't. There's just no explanation for it. How do you have... Okay. I'm beating a dead horse here. All right, let's move on. Anyways, shout out to the Tom Brady coaching tree. Look at all the careers he made. I'm getting no credit for him. None whatsoever. And he should. He absolutely should. All right, it's time to get busy. Facts, McLovin. McLovin said the funny part is I guarantee you Bill thinks he made Tom Brady because he's an arrogant prick. 100%. I guarantee you. And Tom, being the nice guy he is, still credits Bill Belichick as being the greatest coach of all time. Good for you, Tom. Hey, real quick, actually, before we move on, big news out of college football. SEC and Big Ten, SEC and Big Ten are talking about possible scheduling partnerships. Look, your boy told you, get ready, because the college football landscape is slowly, with the prodding and positioning and push of ESPN, they're slowly just becoming the NFL with younger players. And what did I tell you? Remember, and somebody said in the chat to clip it, because I told you that they're now paying the players, that pretty soon the Big Ten has become this huge conference now. The SEC is becoming a huge conference, and that pretty soon, instead of the SEC and the Big Ten, why not just call it the North and the South? And now they're conferences like the AFC and the NFC, and you just break them into divisions, and the NCAA is now just another version of the NFL with younger players that happen to go to school. That's where we're headed, folks. And this right here is the next step in the evolution that your boy keeps telling you is coming. I keep warning you, and no one is listening. No one is believing me. I keep telling you it's coming. It's coming, people. The NFL had better look over its shoulder. The NFL had better be scared of college football. Mark my words. I'm going to read you this article. And go back to a couple weeks ago when I did the show, and I told you I Miss Cleo'd this shit and psychically predicted that what I'm about to tell you was going to happen. Get ready. I'm going to read you this article right here. Big Ten and SEC athletic directors will discuss a possible partnership in football scheduling along with their preferences for automatic bids in the next iteration of a college football playoff. The discussion is to take place at an in-person meeting in Nashville next week. Multiple sources from both conferences told ESPN the meeting is a continuation of Big Ten SEC Joint Advisory Group, which was formed in February and includes the league's university presidents, chancellors, and athletic directors. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey and Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti are scheduled to meet with the athletic directors for one day. There is hope that we can definitely move the needle and make some progress on different things. Future scheduling partnership could hinge on whether the SEC eventually decides to go to 9 conference games. A topic one SEC source says hasn't been a focus of conversation lately. Some Big Ten athletic directors could push back on any agreement if the SEC doesn't move to 9 games because the Big Ten already plays 9 games, already plays 9 league opponents. If we're all going to figure this out, we've got to be on equal footing, one person said. Sources in both leagues told ESPN on Monday they would prefer to have potentially 4 automatic bids to the playoffs when the next contract begins in 2026. CFP leaders haven't determined yet what the playoff will look like beyond this season and next. Some said they need to know that before making any decisions about future scheduling partnerships. So the Big Ten wants 4 and the SEC wants 4. Of the 12, that's 8. That leaves 4. So these 2 conferences want 2/3 of the playoffs this go round. And then it's only a matter of time until they go, well, fuck it, we don't need these other 4 teams. We have 4 teams amongst our conferences that are better than some of this riffraff. And in fact, if they're not, how about we just go get them and suck them into the conferences and we're done? Problem solved. Hey, Clemson, get in here. Come on. Get in the SEC where you belong. Notre Dame, suck it up. Do you want to play big boy football or not? Cool. You're in the Big Ten now. I mean the North. I mean the Big Ten. All right, there's 2 more. I mean, it's just slowly going to happen that way. Hey, Utah, shut up. You know, it's like, it's going to happen. It's just, sources in both leagues told ESPN, let's see. I'm for anything that gives us the maximum number of postseason opportunities. One SEC source said, I don't count bowl games as postseason opportunities. Some also expressed interest in limiting the role of the 13-member selection committee or eliminating it entirely. I think anything we can do to take the subjectivity of a committee off the table is helpful. We may not be able to completely get rid of subjectivity. The more we can minimize it. And so Tony Patetti's idea of multiple automatic spots for a conference has a lot of value. I'm not sure 4 is the right number. You see that? Tony's idea of multiple automatic spots for a conference has a lot of value. I'm not sure 4 is the right number. You might read that and go, oh, he thinks that's too many? No, they don't think that's enough. They don't think that's enough. And if you think the SEC really wants Vanderbilt in there, you're crazy. They may want them in baseball. They don't want them in football. Do you think the SEC would rather swap Clemson for Vanderbilt? Yes, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Even the down years, they'd rather swap in Florida State. I promise you. Miami, come on, fam. What are we doing, baby? Quit bullshitting. This ACC nonsense has got to go. Y'all knock that shit off and get in here. And then you can ditch some of these other schools that you don't need, that don't ever really contribute to the conference. And now you're where these 2 programs in ESPN, or these 2 conferences in ESPN, want to be. A direct competitor. And it just so happens to be competitor/feeder league to the NFL. It's coming, folks. It's coming. It's coming. Just mark my words. It says, while the future CFP format is a long way from being determined, guaranteed bids for 8 of the 14 playoff spots, the SEC and Big Ten will receive significant pushback from others and already has. Well, duh. In March, the CFP and ESPN announced a new 6-year, $7.8 billion contract that runs through 2031-32. ESPN secured a 6-year agreement that'll cost $1.3 billion annually beginning in 26-27. The contract is built as either 11 or 13 games, all of which are playoff games in a 12 or 14 team field. There are protections in place for the ACC, Big Ten, SEC, and Big 12 conference championships, Notre Dame, and the highest ranked group of 5 championship in the new contract. In order for some guarantees, though, their other FBS conferences and Notre Dame surrendered the bulk of control over the future format of the SEC and the Big Ten, over the future format to the SEC and the Big Ten. So the Big Ten and the SEC have all the bargaining chips, I'm telling you. And instead of playing nice, it's just like corporate America, okay? What do big corporations do? They don't go in and go, well, yeah, we want to see you make it also. Yeah, we want to see you do. No, they just go, you know what? We'll buy you out. We see you struggling. You can't compete with us. Let's just buy you out. We're going to buy your inventory, your customer base. We don't have to worry about you no more. You don't have to struggle to try to keep up with us. We'll just buy you out. Because what they really want is the 1 or 2 teams that have value in these remaining conferences. And it ain't that many, if we're being honest. It really ain't that many left. I mean, gosh, I'd love to. Let's just see. Amos said, if I'm an SEC school, I'm not trying to make any schedule any tougher than it already is. But you are, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Let's see. I'll pull this out of here. Rankings, standings. Okay. We'll go standings. SEC, and I'll duplicate that. And I'll go Big Ten. And I'll duplicate that to the Big 12. To the ACC. And what's the other conference? Not the Pac-12. Big 10, oh, it's the 4, right? Big 10, Big 12, ACC, and SEC. Yeah. Yeah, because all the others are, yeah. Oh, but the Pac-12 is making a move. Shut up. Shut up. All right. So, let's just look at this. Just look at this, would you? Uh-oh. Here is the SEC standings. What? A&M? Yeah, baby. Suck it, nerds. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Look at A&M sitting at 2-0 in SEC play. Okay. That won't last long. I mean, the SEC, look how many ranked teams the SEC has. Right? I mean, Ole Miss is 12. They're 0-1. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ranked teams. They have 16 teams in the conference. 9 of them are ranked. Of all the teams in this conference, they would get rid of Vanderbilt. Gone. In a heartbeat. They would replace them with Clemson or Miami. Like that. They would expand the conference to 18 like that, which means they would get rid of Vanderbilt, add Clemson, and then add Florida State and Miami and be set and be happy. 18 teams, 2 divisions, 9-9. You'd have the West and the East. What? It just makes sense. And your West would be A&M, Texas, maybe Missouri, Alabama. You'd just drive it right down the middle of and then everything on the West and everything on the East. Done. The Big Ten would be a little more complicated, but the Big Ten has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ranked teams with a total of, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 teams. So the Big Ten already has 18 teams. And of those 18, 7 are ranked. So 16 of the top 25 teams, 16 of the top 25 teams in college football are in 2 conferences. Now, Notre Dame is an independent, but it's like, well, you're just going to have to suck it up. So, yeah, Total Dallas said Notre Dame with the Big Ten. Yeah, that's the one I mentioned earlier. But again, you look at this and go, well, who would the Big Ten be like? Hey, look, love you, but you got to go. Sorry, Rutgers. We'll see you when we see you. So you kick out Rutgers, or maybe you even kick out Northwestern, although or maybe Maryland, maybe Purdue. I mean, you could pick any of these, right? Any of those teams, any one of those. Probably Maryland is one of the worst football teams in the Big Ten year over year. Northwestern's had a one little run there. I don't know. Greg Schiano has Rutgers. Is he still there? I think he's still there. Isn't he still there? I thought he was still there. I could be wrong. Is it Greg Schiano still there? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he is. There he goes. Yeah, it's still there. So he's got him relevant again. It only took a decade. But that's what I'm saying. You move one of them out, you move Notre Dame in, and then we go look at the other conferences and pilfer out who's left that you would want. Utah, get your shit together, Utah. Get over to the Big Ten. Same thing, Kansas State. Same thing, Iowa State or BYU. Or maybe you look at this and say, who else would be relevant year over year? Would it be Baylor? Probably Oak State needs to go to the SEC. Right? Because they need to add a couple anyways. Maybe we get this thing up to 20 teams each. 40 teams. You look at the ACC. We already talked about Clemson and Miami. There's Louisville. I mean, FSU. But not all these teams are going to go. But you know what? Not all these teams are football powerhouses. They may have a year here and there, but these aren't all blue chip programs year over year. These three are Clemson, Miami, Louisville. You add in Florida State. I get that. But the rest of this ACC? No. You don't need it. Take those 4 teams and the ACC can just go be whatever it wants to be. But those 4 teams, Clemson, Miami, Louisville, and Florida State, you're in the SEC now. And then let's see, I was going to do this one was going to be, I did the Big 12. The American has nobody you want. We did the Big 12. Conference USA has nobody you want. The MAC has nobody you want. Mountain West, has UNLV and Boise, so nobody you want. And the Pac-12 still has nobody you want, even though there's signings. And the Sun Belt has nobody you want. So, that's it. You grab the rest, the leftovers from the Big 12 and the ACC. You call it. That's it. That's where we're headed. You've just really got those few stubborn, teams left. Notre Dame will never join a conference. Well, I tell you what, when they're on the outside looking in, because you just got to move forward. I bet they will. When they're on the outside looking in, and the Big Ten and the SEC get together and say, well, let's just move forward. Let's just start our own league. It is the National Collegiate Football League, the NCFL. And it's what it is. Forget the NCAA. We really don't need them. All these schools can get together and do whatever the fuck they want. So all the teams in the SEC and all the teams in the Big Ten and all the teams that are left that are blue chip programs, 40 of them, 20 and 20, 2 divisions in each, 10 and 10, 10 and 10. Probably move it up to, you go from a 12-team playoff to maybe 14. But then, you'd have playoffs within each conference before they go and play each other. And it'd be great. So, yeah, it's coming. Get ready, folks. Get ready, because you can't stop it. So I'm just telling you, get ready. You know what else you need to get ready for? Birthday shots! Let's go! Hell yeah! We didn't get to do it last week, baby. Daddy was sick, trying not to shit his pants. But we're not doing that. I told you we'd make it up. I told you. Had to. It's a week late. Better late than never. This time last week, I was down and out, thinking I was going to die, saying prayers, T's and P's to my beehole. But I'm back, better than ever. And I felt terrible because my boy PP Dubs is the man. And I couldn't do it until now. You know what? I'm not doing the fireball. PP Dubs, y'all gonna get the good stuff. PP Dubs deserves the good stuff because we had to wait. Bless his good people. He gets the good stuff. PP Dubs is my dog, man. PP Dubs been slumming it with us for a while now, man. And he's been one of the most consistently supportive people on this show. Quietly, too. You don't ever really say much or make a big deal out of it. He's just been rock solid. And, you know, it's tough to come up with words year after year to thank you guys individually for the kind of support that you give me in this show and this community. Dubs, buddy, I love you, man. I appreciate you. I thank you for the support. More importantly, I hope your birthday was fun. I hope it was kick-ass. I hope you got roadhead and a hand job and a little butt stuff, because you know, buddy, I know what you're into. Yeah, I know, a little butt stuff and some farm animals and a little water sport. Squirt, squirt, squirt. So, Dubs, happy birthday, homie. I love you. And doing it individually, because, you know, everybody gets their own shot today. Happy birthday, Dubs. Cheers, buddy. Oh, that's good. So good. Oh, man. Okay. All right, let me just recover from that real quick. Man, you know when you don't drink it all the time and then you go back to drinking it? It is definitely something that when you drink it a lot, you get used to it. But when you don't, yeah. All right, not to be outdone, though, the very next day we missed it. My boy Jeremy Vinegar had a birthday. Yeah, baby! Jeremy, my dog. We don't get to see Jeremy that much. Jeremy don't get to hang out with us. He's got a busy life. He's a busy man with busy things to do, family and the like. But crazy thing is, man, he's still supporting. He's still rocking with the show. He pops into the Discord every once in a while. What I love is still supporting the show. Goddamn, excuse me. And what's awesome is he'll pop into Discord and shoot me a message with a lawn talk question. Hey, bro, what I'm doing? Hey. But he'll pop in and be like, hey, man, when I'm doing this and I'm doing that, blah, 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 blah. And I'll answer his question and be like, dope, man. Appreciate you. And then I won't hear from him for a while, but he still supports. He'll pop in every once in a while, say what's up, and that's it. So, Jeremy, big dog, I appreciate you still being around. I wish you came around more often. Because, you know, we appreciate you and love hanging out with you, but I get it. Life is busy. But I'm always here for you when you have lawn talk questions and otherwise. But keep killing it, man, because I know you're doing well out there. So happy birthday to you, Jeremy. Appreciate you, man. I always want to hold my nose to do it. God damn it. Yeah. Shit. Oh my God. We gotta get a new tradition. God damn it. What can we do besides shots? Ugh, shit. Can we do like, I don't know, can we do something else? Ugh. God. What up, Robert? It's good to see you, man. Mayonnaise? Oh, fuck you. No, damn it, Jen. You're supposed to come up with something else. Yeah. Oh, kiss my ass, John. John Doria said raw eggs. I didn't did that. That was worse. Oh, God. Man, I have drank a lot in the last couple of days. Like, so now it's raw birthday ingredients. I'm making you a cake in my tummy. 1 egg. 2 cups of flour. 1 cup of sugar. Some milk. Stir well. No. All right, that's enough birthday song. Suck it, nerds. All right. Oh, happy birthday, everybody. Hey, what up, Joe Pro? Good to see you, buddy. Shit. I have drank so much in the last week. Well, not even a week. I should say 3 days. So, the show, shout out Robert Likes Beer. Robert, you missed the beginning of the show when I thanked you and your better half and Fernando for coming to Hop Scholar. But after the show, like after everybody bounced and everything, man, the owner Todd and I sometimes will hang out after the show and smoke a cigar and drink some whiskey. And this time around, we were there until 4 a.m, drinking and smoking cigars. And man, he had bought some like E.H. Taylor and I had bought some cigars that I had never smoked, and they were strong. And fuck, man, I woke up Sunday, I felt like shit. Oh my God, I felt awful. And then I woke up today and forgot that I said I would do that podcast. Was what I say? What was it? Smoking and Toasting? Yeah, the Smoking and Toasting podcast. And I swear to God, the Smoking and Toasting, I get there at 10:30. And they hand me a beer. It's 10:30. They hand me a beer. And then they're like, it's time for the mystery drink. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just a random ass mystery drink. And then we're supposed to drink it. I'm like, why does this look like dirty dishwater? And they're like, whoa. I'm like, what is it? And why does it have floaties in it? This looks like if I took a bath after I did the yard. What is in here? Oh, you just gotta drink it. I'm like, I swear to God, if this tastes like Hector, I'm gonna be angry. I'm like, hey, who's Hector? He does yards. Like, goddamn, what is this? And it was some weird peach concoction thing. So I had a Crawford Bach, and then Cece said, "This sounds amazing." And then I had some peach tea, like a strong tea, whatever that is. What do they call it? A hard tea thing. And then we had a 12-year-old rum that was like a $70 bottle of rum. Like, it was a 12-year-old rum. Whew. It was strong. It was good though, but whew, had that. And then we had a stout, we had a beer called a Blonde Mustache. What is it called? Blonde Mustache beer? Yeah, Belgian Blonde Ale Mustache from Untapped. We had that. And then we had, I don't know, we just kept having these different beers and rum. And then we had they were like, you like IPAs? I was like, no. They're like, well, we got to try this IPA next. I was like, fuck. And it was good. And then they had a stout, which I didn't think I was going to like, but it was good. But I couldn't drink like a whole one. Like, But man, I was like, what the fuck, guys? It's 10:30. It's 10:30, and I've had a Crawford Bock and some stout and some IPA and some fucking rum and some other shit. Oh my God. The only thing I was mad about is we didn't smoke a cigar because it was indoors in the studio. I was like, bitch, how are you going to have a smoking podcast and you don't smoke? The fuck are we doing, fellas? They're like, we want you to come back. And I was like, well, fuck no, you don't smoke. Like, coming back? If you don't smoke, do it outside, bitch. I'll come back. Jen said, you can't be drunk all day if you don't start in the morning. Rest in peace, Alan Denson. Amen. God bless. I was thinking about Alan the other day. Miss him. Robert said, Todd's a great guy. Todd is the best guy. Todd is like, there's certain people you meet. There's certain guys you meet or just people that are just, they're just good people. Like, just, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, man. Todd's one of those guys that, I don't know. It's just a good, genuinely nice person. It's just great. Just great. Cece said, hook it up, Barry. I know words. Hey, man, I'll give you his number. Shit, go do it. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Tony said, we're not nice. No, you're wonderful, but Todd's next level nice. So, I mean, not that you're not nice, but Todd is next level nice. All right, let's talk a little NFL. Before we get out of here, I do want to give you injury updates from the this past weekend. Here's some injury updates for you. Because, well, quite frankly, you need to know. A lot of these, a lot of these affect you in fantasy or otherwise. So I try to keep up with them for you. And hold on, I gotta fix this. This one's out of sorts. What the heck? This one should be number 1. Why is this number 2? Should be. Oh well. That's wrong. Okay, there we go. That's the right one. And that's not. Okay. All right, here's your injury report. Jonathan Taylor. Is that right? No, it's not. What the fuck? Okay. This is just not cooperating. There we go. Anthony Richardson. There we go. Anthony Richardson, they're expecting to return next week from a hip pointer. Had to leave the game early. So shouldn't miss much. I tell you what, though, when I saw he went down and then came back and then left again, man, if you're a Colts fan, you got to be real nervous that are you in for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years of just injury prone? Is he RG3? Is that what we're looking at with Anthony Richardson? Is he the next RG3? All the talent in the world, but just can't stay healthy? Is he going to be the, Anthony Hardaway or Derrick Rose of the NFL? Because my goodness, man, the kid's got tons of talent, but it just seems like every time you look around, he's hurt. But they say he's going to play next week, or they're estimating his return of week 5. We'll see. It's a hip pointer. He tried to come back. He didn't. He couldn't. But Joe Flacco stepped up. Joe Flacco's 137 years old. In fact, he said in a postgame interview that he's 8 days older than Anthony Richardson's mom. Check that out. Joe Flacco is 8 days older than Anthony Richardson's mom. That's great. He might be his dad. Okay, that was too far. Christian Watson, wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, high ankle sprain. They expect him to return around week 8. Now, all these are estimates, by the way, so just take this all with a grain of salt. These are also brought to you by footballguys.com. Why I say brought to you by, I get them from their weekly newsletter that I subscribe to. I don't subscribe, but whatever. I pay for their app or whatever it is, and it comes with that. So I pass it on to you guys, but I give them credit. So if you check it out, footballguys.com, they got a ton of good stuff for fantasy and otherwise. But Christian Watson, they estimate to be back by week 8. Rashee Rice, boy, what an ugly, nasty injury that was last night, and unfortunate. And it was friendly fire. Patrick Mahomes, trying to make a tackle on the sidelines after a turnover, runs into Rashee Rice, and now Rice likely done for the season with an ACL injury. Bad news for the Chiefs. Already without Isaiah Pacheco, now without Rice. We're going to see, man. It's Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce versus the world. Maybe Worthy. Yeah. Like that's Kareem Hunt, I guess. Samaje Perine. We're going to see what kind of magic they have, but we'll find out. Pacheco and Rice were kind of the two new dynamic young stars in the making for the Chiefs. And both are gone now, so that's not good news. Malik Neighbors suffered a concussion. They expect him back in week 6. So plan accordingly for your fantasy teams. What the shit? What the shit is this? This is not working. Wait. There we go. The rest of the injuries I have. Jonathan Taylor also on the Colts. High ankle sprain, expecting him back in week 7. Taysom Hill. It says wide receiver. That should say quarterback. Rib injury. They're expecting him back in week 7. Justin Herbert has an ankle injury as well, and he has just been a mess. And the poor Chargers have been, they've been tough and hanging tough, but damn, he has been hobbled. Bro, I'm watching the game, and I don't know what their OC is thinking, but they run a read option with Justin Herbert. It would literally it would be like running a read option. It would be like running a read option with a dude with no legs out there. You know he's not going to run the ball. Why would you do that? He can't run. It was a terrible play call. Why would you do that? Because the defense knows in a read option, he's not keeping it. He can't run. Just a stupid play call. They got to be better than that. But Justin Herbert should return week 6, if not sooner. I expect him to miss next week, though, for sure. And finally, Puka Nacua, PCL sprain. They originally said week 7. Now it looks like week 9. Week 9, a return for Puka Nacua. I love that Total Dallas is laughing about an injury to somebody. That is an all-time low, even for you, Total Dallas. Laughing about an injury. That's a pretty low thing to do, bro. I mean, rivalries and all that be damned. That's pretty disgusting. I mean, you put the fucking laugh emoji in your little comment. That's pretty low even for you, Total Dallas. Hardtop said at least Rice went out doing what he loved, ending a drive with a horrible collision and leaving the scene. Wow. Wow. Sir. Well done, Arthrom. Please tell me you wrote that and didn't steal it from somebody, because that's fantastic. Told Al that I'm talking about y'all not liking him taking chances. Oh. I want to believe you, but I don't. Let's check in on the Mets real quick. Mets Braves 1-0 Atlanta, bottom of the fourth. Atlanta's got to win. Winning, they're in. Joe Pro said, look at it this way, told Dallas. There won't be any Rangers getting injured during the playoffs. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I need to go in and change so you guys can type in Rangers, don't I? What is that that I have that won't let us do that? Nightbot, right? Oh, yeah, it's Nightbot. Let's see. Commands, custom, default, spam, blacklisted words. There we go. I literally have Rangers, R-Angers, R-A-Angers. I mean, I literally have every different way to spell Rangers. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh, fuck me, that's hilarious. I need to put some of this like bullshit that keeps popping up. Here we go. Best viewers on. Get out of here. Bullshit ass stuff. All right, I'm going to get rid of all the Ranger stuff. You guys can add that now. I hate those stupid ass. Best followers. These are followers. Suck a nut, losers. All right, now you should be able to type Rangers in the chat. I should have fixed that a lot sooner. That was just a one-time jokey joke thing I forgot to fix. We'll do after tonight's game. We'll do all NFL scores tomorrow. Yes, we got college football in today. We got some baseball in today. What was there? There was one other thing I wanted to get to today that we didn't get to that I wanted to, and I forget. Let me see. Did I get all my slides in? Yep. Looks good to me. Okay, well, that's it, folks. Abadi. That's all, folks. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Happy Monday to you. Enjoy Monday Night Football. 2 games again tonight. So weird. So weird that it's 2 games again. I don't know why they're doing that. I mean, I don't hate it, but it is kind of weird. You got Seattle at Detroit. Detroit favored by 4. I'd have to go back and look at the Laminator 5000 and see what it said. I'm gonna be lying. Yeah, you got Detroit at home, and you got Tennessee at Miami at 6:30. So Tennessee at Miami at 6:30, Seattle at Detroit at 7:15. Hey, thank you, Alex. Appreciate you, Flip. Love you guys. Hey, Robert, love you, buddy. Thanks for being here, sir. Love you, CC. So enjoy those. I guess I could look at the Laminator 5000 right fast. Let's see. Oh, bitch. Gambling. 2024. Bitch. Here we go. Week 4 odds. It says take Miami and Seattle. That's what it says. Your boy said take Miami and Detroit. We'll see. It also said take the overs, and I said take the under in the Miami game and the over in the Detroit game. So we shall see. Cisco says still blocking my comment about the Arlington baseball team. Oh, no shit. All right, I gotta look into that. All right, I love you guys. Hey, do me 3 favors before I see you guys tomorrow. Be safe, be kind, and most importantly, love each other. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Uriel said I survived the wings and the pizza. You're a brave man, sir. What'd you think of the wings? Did you like them? They're not bad when they don't rip your guts inside out. Nightbot's a raggedy bitch. Yeah, I do agree. I'll look at that when we go off air. Nightbot, you dumb whore. I'll look and see what's up with that. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Bye, everybody. Work for CC, but you're a mod, CC. Wonder if that's why. YouTube video.